Hey, what's going on, y'all? CEO Brother Henry in the building. And yo, today I'm talking to y'all about martial arts. What y'all? No, not really, but kind of in a way, right? So when I was younger, I used to take Shaolin Kung Fu. Shout out to Sifu Berry if you're watching this. So I used to take martial arts when I was younger, Shaolin Kung Fu, and there was a principle that I learned in martial arts that carries true in any discipline. So in martial arts, when you come into the dojo, the first thing you do is bow to the master. I should add that sound effect in there, right? You bow to the master as soon as you come into the dojo. And when you come into the dojo, you're not even a white belt. At least when I did Shaolin Kung Fu, you have to earn to even be a white belt. Like when you first come in, you're nothing. You don't exist. You're nobody. You have to get in and learn. And so you earn your way to get your first white belt. You got to learn your basic forms. You got to learn how to punch. You got to learn how to block. You got to learn how to kick. You got to learn the basics of martial arts. And then as you learn the basics, you work your way up to a white belt. Now, you can't think as an entrepreneur that a white belt is going to be the equal of a black belt. Why not? Because a white belt hasn't put in the time and been as consistent as the black belt. The black belt has put more time into his discipline, practiced his craft more vigorously than the white belt. He's demonstrated a higher level of discipline, and therefore the black belt can do more complex things, and he can move differently than the white belt. The white belt, you're getting in there, but you're working your way up. So maybe after white, you might go yellow, and maybe green, and brown, and black, and you work your way up through the belts. Well, as an entrepreneur, you can't expect to start a business and within 3 months be doing the same thing as somebody who's been in business for 10 years. You can't start a business and expect to be at the same level. Like you're coming in, you're not even a white belt yet. You haven't even got your first 30 days of data. You don't even have your first data set to even say that you're even doing business, to even expect to be at the same level as somebody who's been in business 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, 15 years, 20 years. So you just gotta take it cool. You know, New Edition said you gotta cool it now. Anyway, that's beyond the point. My point is, all right, be patient, learn discipline, and trust the process. Respect what's happening along the way. The lessons that you learn going from white belt to whatever the next belt is, those are important lessons that build on the next lesson. And then the lessons that you learn at the next belt, those lessons are going to help you get to the next level, and so on and so on and so on. And so as entrepreneurs, we have to be cognizant of the fact that we're coming into the dojo a white belt, and it has to take time. Most businesses are not even successful in their first year. Most businesses don't even stabilize until their 5th year. Well, if it takes 5 years to stabilize, doesn't mean you're a black belt. It means it takes 5 years to stabilize. It means you might, after your first year, you might be considered a white belt. You might have some knowledge and some information. After the first 3 years, well, maybe your white belt will move you up to like yellow. And then maybe from yellow, you might move up to like orange by your 5th year, but you're definitely not a brown belt. You're not a black belt yet. You're not an expert in that way just because you've been in business 5 years. Give it another 5 years. And then watch your progress, watch the moves that you're making, watch your outcomes and your objectives grow, and watch your business expand and get better and better and better as long as you stay consistent and you don't give up when difficult times come. If you're in the dojo and you're like, I'll never get this kick right, I'll never get this form right, I'll never get this punch right, then of course you're not going to be able to grow. But if you keep practicing that punch, you keep practicing that form, you keep practicing those things that seem complex, here's my jewel to you. Everything in life is difficult until it's easy. Everything is difficult until it's easy. So overcome the difficulties until you meet with ease. Until the next time, this is CEO Brother Henry signing off. Peace and blessings, y'all.